Hello students, welcome to the biology class. After finishing our very important unit, cell, a basic unit of life, with the chapter biomolecules, today we are going to start with our new unit, that is plant physiology, in which we are going to study about the transportation in plants, mineral and nutrition, photosynthesis, respiration in plants, and growth and development. But in this academic session, that is 2020 and 21, according to the CBSE, first two chapters, that is transportation in plants, mineral and nutrition, as well as plant growth regulator, are deleted. So we have to study only two chapters from this unit, that is photosynthesis and respiration in plants. So first we are going to start with our chapter number 14, that is respiration in plants. What do you mean by respiration? Respiration is a biochemical energy releasing enzymatically controlled process where the food is oxidized for stepwise release of energy. So what is respiration? It is a biochemical process in which the oxidation of food takes place to give the energy. So during this process, the cell oxidizes the food, that is glucose, and releases the carbon dioxide, water, and energy. This energy is stored in the biomolecule, that is ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and is utilized for carrying out the different cellular activities. And respiration is the catabolic process because there is a degradation, or you can say the breaking of the organic substances occur and energy is released. What do you mean by respiratory substrate? The organic compounds which are oxidized during respiration are called respiratory substrate. And respiratory substrate, they may be glucose, protein, and fats. The most commonly used respiratory substrate is glucose, but when the proteins are used as a respiratory substrate, then it is called as protoplasmic respiration. Whereas when carbohydrate, that is glucose, or the fats are utilized as respiratory fuel or substrate, then it is called floating respiration. And this is a simple complete equation of the cellular respiration, in which the glucose in the presence of oxygen means it is the oxidation of food gives carbon dioxide, water, and energy in the form of ATP. Next is plant respiration. Plants takes in oxygen for respiration and gives out carbon dioxide, as we used to do, that is animal, they also used to intake the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. But in animals we are having a special organs for the exchange of the gases for the respiration, but plants have no specialized organs for the exchange of the gases. They have a very small tiny openings present on the upper and the lower surface of the leaves, through which the exchange of the gases takes place, are stomata and lenticles on the bark for the gas exchange. So this is stomata present on the upper and the lower surface of the leaves, and the lenticles present on the cork cambium, that is a dead part of a stem. How do plants get along without respiratory organs? This is very important question. Following are the reasons why plant can get along without respiratory organs. The first reason is every part of the plant take care of its own gas exchange needs, and there is very little transport of the gases from one part of plant to the another. Plants do not have great demand for the gas exchange. Roots, stems, leaves, they respire at the lower rate. Each living cell in the plant is closely located to the surface, and the gas do not have to diffuse for the larger distance. So these are the reasons that why there is no need of having a specialized respiratory organs for the plant, because their requirement is very less and they are in the direct contact with the surface through which the exchange of the gases takes place. Next comes that is your types of respiration. So cellular respiration may be divided into two categories depending upon the availability of atmospheric oxygen, that is aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic respiration, it is the type of respiration that occurs in the presence of oxygen. The respiratory substrate, that is glucose, is completely oxidized. Carbon dioxide, water and energy are the end products of aerobic respiration. Energy liberated in large quantity. Reaction takes place in cytoplasm and mitochondria, means initiation of the reaction is in the cytoplasm and end products are formed in the mitochondria. Examples are higher animals and plants. Anaerobic is a type of respiration that occurs in the absence of oxygen. Respiratory substrate is only partially or incompletely oxidized. Ethyl alcohol or the organic acids, carbon dioxide and energy are the end product of the anaerobic respiration. Energy liberated is in less quantity, takes place only in the cytoplasm. The example is bacteria, yeast and mussels. Respiratory coefficient, that is the RQ, is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide released to the volume of oxygen taken in the given period of time at the standard temperature and pressure. So value of RQ varies with the respiratory substrate. As we have studied, we are having four types of respiratory substrate, that is your glucose, fat, protein, organic compounds and their oxidation. The value of RQ in the oxidation of different substrates are as follows. So this is the formula of your respiratory coefficient, that is volume of carbon dioxide given off, means evolved, to the volume of the oxygen intake. So respiratory coefficient is the basic equation where we are using the glucose as a respiratory substrate. This is a simple equation. Glucose in the presence of oxygen gives 6 CO2, where the 6 molecule of oxygen is being consumed, and water and energy. So molecules of oxygen released is 6. Molecule of O2 consumed is 6, and that comes out to be the 1. So the RQ value of glucose is 1, that is unity. The basic equation of aerobic respiration using the glucose, that is the same thing over there. So the RQ of fats. So when fats are respiratory substrates, the complete oxidation of glycerol results in the RQ of 0.9, that is less than 1. Therefore, oxygen absorption is more and carbon dioxide liberation is less, and the RQ becomes less than unity. So RQ of proteins. When the proteins are the respiratory substrate, the complete oxidation again results in less than unity. Why? Because more oxygen is required and they evolve less carbon dioxide during the complete oxidation. So here you can have a carbohydrate, that is glucose, in which 6 by 6 comes out to be 1, that is unity. Fat, we are having a 16 CO2 and 23 oxygen, that is with 0.7, and that depends upon the fat. It may be 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. And the protein is, that means that is less than 1. And RQ of your protein, that is 77.5 divided by 96.7, comes out to be 0.8. So RQ of the organic acids, when the organic acids are respired, the RQ is always more than unity. that is more than 1. These acids, they are rich in oxygen and therefore require less oxygen and evolve more carbon dioxide. With the result, the value of RQ becomes more than 1. Here is the organic acid, that is your malic acid. So you are having 4 molecules of CO2 which is being evolved and 3 molecules are being consumed. So the result comes out to be 1.3, that is more than unity. So, RQ of anaerobic respiration in which no oxidation takes place, so that is infinite. In case of anaerobic respiration, because carbon dioxide will be evolved but no oxygen is being consumed, so the result is infinite. So what is the significance of RQ? RQ less than unity indicates that respiratory substrate, they has low oxygen content such as fat and proteins. The substrate having more oxygen content such as organic acid show RQ more than unity. The carbohydrates which have carbon and oxygen in the equal proportion, they shows unity, that is 1. So if carbon and oxygen, they are present in the equal proportion, the result is 1. The example is carbohydrates. But if the oxygen content is less as compared to the carbon dioxide, the result RQ is less than 1. So here that example is fats and proteins, and if it is more than 1, that is the organic acids, so they are having the more oxygen as compared to the carbon dioxide. So this again a very important question, that what you mean by the respiratory coefficient. You have to give the RQ values of the carbohydrates, fats, proteins, anaerobic, organic acids, and these are your very important NCERT questions. So our next lesson will be on mechanism of respiration, in which we study about the aerobic and anaerobic mechanisms in a details. Till then, stay home, stay happy. Thank you.